What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Stocks to Watch. And today was another volatile day. So, the journey of a roller coaster ride for Nifty and Bank Nifty continues today with Israel and Iran fighting over each other. Israel threatening to blow up Iran. Nifty falls 170 points in 1 minute, in a matter of 1 minute, falls about 350 points in a matter of 10 to 15 minutes. All the stocks which were trading at day high actually started to trade at the day low, and it was so much to handle, too much to handle, I would say, for Nifty and Bank Nifty and for the entire markets. Now, for me personally, the day was profitable, made about 68,000 rupees, was up about 1.2 lakhs at one point of time, all the profits gone in a jiffy, and that is the importance of keeping your trailing stop losses and your stop losses in the system. This is a very, very big lesson. So, all of you who have been lazy about not putting stop losses, please make sure anything can happen. Be aware about it and ensure that you're protecting your capital to the fullest. Now, coming back to the stocks that we discussed yesterday. Now, again, not a lot of action because stocks that did move ultimately ended up giving all of their gains. But I think the best of the lot were Aarti Pharma Labs, filled up this entire gap. We spoke about this entire pocket that Aarti Pharma Labs can actually move. Did really well. Flair moved out of this base. Flair Writing Industries. Suven Pharma still managed to close higher. So Rashtra Chemicals, wonderful, opening. The stock was up, I think, 6, 7, 8% at one point in time. Closed very badly. Campus Activewear, similar story, made a high and then closed really weak. Orissa Minerals again made a very, very good, I think 5-6% move from the lows. Yes, it made about 4.5% move from the lows. Didn't really happen. Anything was not sustaining, and hence this did not sustain as well. LT, we took a trade in LT, got out at cost in majority of the moves. Like we tried to capture this move, and then this entire thingy happened. So again, not an easy day for any trader, I would say. Whether it's an option buyer, option seller, equity trader, very, very tough. Now, talking about 19th of April, just tomorrow, I mean, very, very few names which are still showing strength, and majority of them are from the mid cap names. Now, we've seen Infi report their numbers, and the Infosys ADR in America is down by 5% already. If you want, I can, kind of try to show that to you. So I'll just open up Infi, right? So I'll just write Infi over here and I'll just open up the Infi ADR. This is now down about 2.5%, but this was, I think, at one point opened 5% lower, which doesn't really indicate, a good start for Infi. I think the results were subpar, and I think this entire journey could just still continue. So Bajaj Electrical Projects, Bajal Projects, sorry, into the power generation business. I think this setup looks decent, but I have lost the confidence to believe in the market that the market is going to sustain for the bulls. So I think my game plan, although I'm giving you stocks to watch, my game plan would be to not carry any position overnight. I think I'm only going to be playing intraday tomorrow. Yes, these stocks could have a good play, but I'm not really getting that confidence to kind of press the trigger and hold the stocks overnight. So Bajel Projects is one such stock that I'm going to be watching out for. Next up is Mankind, a very, very large kind of a base, but interesting is this stock was still up 5% even after whatever was happening in the markets. So that shows resilience, that shows relative strength in the in this particular name. So this is good. JSW Energy, another very, very clean structure, very nice little base, formation over here. Could be interesting to see. Closed around 4.5% higher even after market weakness. So that's great. Oriental, specialty chemicals, try to move higher. Very, very big volume day. So I think it's going to be interesting to see what the stock does tomorrow. Does it start moving out of this range? Because if it does, it can get into this areas of supply, and there's lots of room to move. Now again, Virinchi, similar thing. It was supposed to break out, party spoiled, closed over here. Average structure. I think this is probably one of the best in the entire lot, which is Linde India, and this is setting up really, really nicely in the form of like a short base. Comes here, taps into the order block, takes up all the orders, starts moving higher. Volumes are dried up. everything is setting up really, really well. Next up is Concord Biotech, not a very liquid stock. Wouldn't really recommend you to trade this, but again, this is still staying strong. Bayer Crop Sciences, another specialty chemical name, couldn't really sustain the spike that it had day before yesterday, and even today is a similar story. Again, not something that's really, really interesting to me. Next up, we've got Alicon Castilloy. Again, not something that I'm going to be very, very interested about. Now today, metals had so many catalysts. So metal prices were rising. There was so much demand build up from China, in the starting Steel Authority of India Limited, Jindal Steel, JSW Steel, even Odisha Minerals and Developments, NMDC, all metal stocks were doing well. So I think metals, if at all the market decides to go up, I think metals and specialty chemicals will be the names for you to be a buyer. So again, as of now, I can't really say anything because I'm not really confident about what the market's going to do tomorrow. And the bestest of the bestest structures have failed because of the markets not sustaining nicely. Now again, another name, Giant Agro, was supposed to be breaking out of this range. Nothing really happened. Now another very, very interesting name, which is going to be a beneficiary of the entire summer season that is coming up, and the entire summer vacation, all of that, period is very good for the entertainment sector as a whole. It's relatively better than the last 3 months of the year, so could be expecting some action. And then this is ready now, PVR, and this has been on an expansion spree. So I think the only name that I will be interested to look at could probably be PVR Inox, Linde India, and maybe JSW Energy. These are the only names as of now I'm interested in. Motilal Oswal, showcasing strength now today. Angel One, Motilal Oswal and Nuvama, all three of them were in with good action after the Q4 update. Now CAMS, again a very, very solid structure. Stock has been coming back over here towards this high. A lot of potential to move towards the upside. Multiple tailwinds in the stock, so could be interesting to see on how this one plays out. Poonawalla FinCorp, again, very large base. The only issue with the base is the supply over here. I think this supply needs to be tested, and at this moment, this is probably not ready. Next up is Daulat Algotech, a very big base breakout. The stock, I think they gave an update on their business. Their asset under management doubled up, and they're planning to double it up even further in financial year 2025. So let's see how this plays out. Another chemical name, Fluorochem, Gujarat Fluorochem. Not really liking it. Lots of supply. Wouldn't be my first choice play. Similarly, Chennai Petro, Hind Petro, Rolex Rings, all of these, like the structures were really, really good, but again, none of them really playing out. Next, something that I like is GMM Fodler, again, industrials, from the industrial machinery space. So I'm actually going to remove all of these names so that we don't even discuss them. I think they are just too weak right now. VTL, another stock that we have discussed multiple times, Vardhaman Textiles, nice little base. There could be something happening outside of this base. I think could be really interesting to see. Next up is Orbit Exports. No, not interested. Very, very small base. No. SBFC, another one. If banks do well, I think there is a pocket that this one can fill. And again, not very strong. So again, for me, it's like a pretty average one. Star Cement, pretty average one. KSCL, very, very bad rejection. Kaveri seed. So we're going to remove that. Bharat Fort from the FNO pack. This looks interesting. Autos now, I mean, Bajaj Auto came out with their two-wheeler numbers, and they were actually good. So again, Bharat Forge is more into trucking and Class A trucking, which gets exported to America. But as of now, again on the chart, just pretty okay. Nothing very fancy. Nothing extraordinary. Next up is Rallis India. Looks very, very good. This candle, today's rejection, again, we would want to see something like maybe this happen over here, some sort of a consolidation, something to allow us to take a trade. So that's another one. ATFL, again, ignore, absolutely ignore. KPR Mills, ignore. Not really good structures. So again, why am I being so picky and being so selective? Because I know markets are not going to be moving easily tomorrow. So again, Arvind Limited, good base, but it's exhausting. Of no use. Patanjali looks interesting because the base formation is done and dusted. It's complete. So this one looks interesting. Also tapping your demand area. So Patanjali is again interesting one. Westlife not able to break the highs. He will ignore this. Innova Cap Tap. This is again I think coming into the watch list for the second or the third consecutive time. Still has chance. Something could happen. Modi Sun Limited, no, lots of supply on the left side. Don't really think so. And then TVS Motors coming back to an area of demand now. If Bajaj Auto starts reacting positively, I think TVS Motors should be a stock to watch out for. So all in all, I think JSW Energy, Linde India, PVR Inox, GM Pfaudler, VTL, and Innova CapTab. I think these are the only, and maybe TVS Motors if it starts reacting from the demand area. So these are the stocks that I'm going to be watching out for tomorrow. Again, I am only going to be Nifty Bank Nifty centric. I will play intraday structures and intraday stocks because at the moment it's really hard to judge what is the market likely to going to be doing tomorrow. I believe there could be a flat opening and then there could be a unidirectional move either on the upside or on the downside. Now we are getting fragile, we are getting weaker. So again, the chances of investors, FIIs taking profits are much higher. So be very cautious. Don't carry positions overnight. We'll see each other on Monday. When the markets kind of stabilize. Maybe then we can start holding our positions. Thank you so much for tuning in into this episode. Make sure that you subscribe or you have subscribed to the channel. Hit the like button. Drop in a comment if whatever your experiences were in the market and any of these stocks that you feel has got really good potential. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye bye and take care.